Kris, maybe we'll just start with some housekeeping. We saw Noah Philp on the ice. Is he close to returning?
Yeah, he's getting close. Maybe at the end of the week at the earliest, but he's doing well, and that was his first contact practice, and hopefully he can still continue to trend up.
And do you have an update on Wallman and Roslovic?
Wallman's taking a little bit longer than we anticipated. It's not going to be this week, might not be next week. It's still going to be a while. Roslovic and Kapanen both are around Christmas time. Whether if we got him in before Christmas, that'd be a bonus for us. After, that's kind of the timeline we're looking at.
Thanks, Kris.
Clattenburg, how's his vision?
He's doing well. He's got to take a few more days before he can go on the ice, but yeah, he's doing well, and but he'll still be another week or maybe a little more.
Because you just look at how your team has played here for the last 6 or 7 games, and lots of areas have improved. Right, defensively, goals against are down, your shots, your high danger chances. You're producing more. You're starting to see a few more guys, even in your bottom six, get a little bit more offense. You sense the uptick in confidence across the group.
Well, definitely a lot more confidence. Anytime you're scoring goals, that's confidence throughout the group, but more importantly, just individuals. Once they just get a goal or get on the score sheet a little bit, it just goes a tremendous way on just feeling good about your game and the feeling that you're contributing a little bit. And, I think all that offense, starts with us moving the puck a lot better, just transitioning up the ice and just executing our passes, and I think that has a lot to do with it, but also the mentality of attacking the middle of the ice more and not playing so much on the perimeter. And that can be a pass to the slot, but also be a drive to the slot or drive to the net. Sometimes it's just a perimeter shot that you're looking for a rebound, and I'd like that we're playing with that attack mentality and not being on the outside as much as probably we were earlier in the year.
Kris, Matt Savoy's a guy who's produced at every level he's played at. He's got 3 goals in the last 2 games. For a young guy like him to see that puck go in the back of the net, what do you think that can do for his confidence?
Whether it's a young guy or a veteran guy, it goes a long ways. Looking at Matt's situation, young guy playing in the league, you probably might have some doubts about, can I do this? Can I score? I've done it everywhere else, but now that's going in, feels better about his game. And doesn't have to maybe force things and start questioning himself. Am I doing the things right? What do I need to change? You just want him playing his game, and I think, when you contribute some offensively, whether it's assists, goals, you can just relax and the game slows down for you.
What did you see putting Regula with Nurse? Obviously, had a good camp, got hurt. Why did you put Regula?
Well, I guess our other pairs were all set. I think that might have been our main reason. Kulak, Emerson are familiar with each other. They're a good pair. Ekholm, Bouchard, we know what they've done over the years. So there's only 2 defensemen that are healthy that are left over, so that had something to do with it. But I do think that they've complemented each other well. Regula's moved the puck out well, and especially out of his just making small areas plays, short passes to the forwards. I think he's done a good job of that. But I don't know. The other one is it's forwards, defense. I find this with forwards, guys who skate, they've got long reach, they cover a lot of ice. Same with defensemen. You get 2 guys that have as much reach and range as those 2. It makes it difficult to create some offense, and I think those 2 have done a good job eliminating space.
Did he take a step back after the injury where he had to pick up again because he had such a good camp?
Oh, I think everyone does. Yeah, it's tough to get up to speed. You might be healthy, but you probably don't have the legs. You can ride a bike as much as you want, but until you skate on the ice, that's part of it. But also, you can do as many drills, and until you're in the game, that's a lot different. There's more contact, more bumps, and he's improved his play since he's come back, and that's usually the case for anybody coming back from injury.
He scratched the surface, that's all. I mean, he hasn't played a lot of games in the NHL. Do you even know what he's going to be yet?
No, I think it's still early. I think he's a good player. We're still finding out where he can contribute, and I think, I know offensively he hasn't participated in getting on the score sheet very often or at all. But, that's only a matter of time. But that's not ultimately why he's here, to put up goals and assists. For him to defend and make a good first pass out of our zone. And I think he's been doing a pretty good job of that. And then on top of that, the penalty kill, he's been pretty solid on that for a guy that's just getting not used to. He's been good on the penalty kill, but he hasn't done it much in the NHL. And for a guy just doing it in the NHL, he's been good.
Kris, you've talked about the benefit of practicing during this homestand. How about rest? You've been able to give the guys a couple days off. How much is that?
Well, last week, a prime example, we didn't have the luxury of giving the guys a day off in the first 7 weeks, where we were I played so many games, didn't have practice time. Last 2 weeks, we had numerous practices, and then last Friday, before we had our last game against Winnipeg, that was scheduled to be a practice day, but we were able to say, no, we've had a lot of practices. We're getting ready for a lot of more games that we could afford not practicing. So right now, we're in a good spot having practice time, but also affording to have the players have some rest.
Kris, how much of a factor has the increased practice meant to the turnaround of the team?
Well, I think there's a lot of factors that have been part of the turnaround, but in my opinion, probably that's the biggest key. Just between the rest, because it's tough. The road trips that we had, we were either playing games or we were traveling, and those days off, we didn't have the opportunity to practice and travel, so it was just travel, which is going to be hard on the guys. And as much as I'd like to think my practices are great and they're going to turn teams around, I think it's just more of the fact that the guys are on the ice and they're moving pucks and getting confronted under pressure. Because we've had some morning skates, and morning skates are completely different than practices where they're touching the puck, but there's no pressure whatsoever. Practices, they're under pressure. Now they're forced to make plays.
Chris, Wallman's been out this long. Is there anything broken in there?
Wallman's just it's taken a while. That's all.
Because it took a while at the beginning of the season, too.
Yeah.
Is it a different type of thing?
Yes, a different injury.